Welcome to the English news of Binh Phuoc radio, television station and newspaper. I'm Ngọc Thủy. Now following are the highlights for today. Binh Phuoc promoting high-tech agricultural development. Binh Phuoc cashew nuts exports near $1.2 billion. New policy to be powered by electricity, green energy from 2025. Phú Yên South to national record for food. Ladies and gentlemen, the agricultural sector in Binh Phuoc province is enjoying comprehensive development and shifting to mass production with higher productivity and quality, thus ensuring food safety and sustainable poverty reduction.
Many agricultural companies applying modern technologies and models have cut production costs and expanded technology transfer in all fields, helping raise productivity and bolster production to an industrial scale. Advanced technologies applied in each stage of production chain bring high added value to agricultural products. Of particular note, agricultural production under Vietgap standards has been enhanced and proven effective, delivering safe products of good quality with high productivity. In the 2025 to 2030 period, Binh Phuoc province has set a target of setting up 5 agricultural production zones applying high technology on about 5,000 hectares, while safe agro products will be grown on about 31,500 hectares. These are important targets that are expected to create major change in the province's agricultural sector.
In the 2021-2022 graph, Binh Phuoc cashew nuts export revenue cleared $1.2 billion, making up 1/3 of the province's total export revenues and contributing nearly 25% of the agricultural sector's GDP. Cashew nuts also create regular jobs for 50,000 workers at processing facilities and plantations.
The province is home to more than 150,000 hectares of cashew nut plantations, accounting for over 30% of the area for perennial trees and over 30% of farming land. Although output in the 2021 to 2022 crop saw a decline, Binh Phuoc still raked in nearly $1.2 billion from cashew nut export. The result was attributable to the implementation of sustainable cashew nut development measures, intensive farming in combination with other cultivation techniques and animal husbandry models, and technology investment and improvements meeting requirements. The province has 39 cashew production groups with more than 500 members and 46 agricultural cooperatives growing cashew nuts on an area of about 15,000 hectares. Of these, 10 cooperatives have created links with businesses, particularly Phước Hưng, Bù Sa Mập, Đồng Nai, Đắc Ơ, Phú Nghĩa, and Đồng Xanh cooperatives.
A summer festival guiding children on how to make paintings from traditional materials like rice and coconut leaves has been held in Binh Phuoc.
The festival was co-hosted by the Lộc An Secondary School, the Vietnam Fatherland Front Center Committee's provincial chapter, the Department of Education and Training in Lộc Ninh District, and the Investment, Trade and Tourism Promotion Center of Binh Phuoc Province. More than 100 children from Lộc An commune took part in the festival, which featured a special circus act by performers from Ho Chi Minh City. With guidance from artisans in the southern metropolis, children also had the opportunity to make rice paintings and animals and flowers from coconut leaves. The festival was the fun playground for children in Lộc An commune, nurturing their love of nature and teaching them how to create eye-catching handicrafts for their home and the classroom.
Vietnam has seen strong growth in 2 years of COVID-19 as an increase in the foreign direct investment (FDIs), according to an article on the Southeast Asian Nationals Development Strategy published on Germany's Transwelt newspaper.
The article noted that while Western economies are showing signs of recession, Vietnam's economy is developing well. It cited data from the General Statistics Office of Vietnam, which shows that up to 85% of businesses surveyed expressed their optimism in the third quarter of 2022, with only 50% were pessimistic about the coming months. The author said that Vietnam seems to have successfully overcome the difficulties of the world economy caused by the conflict in Ukraine. Its GDP in the second quarter this year expanded by 7.72% over the same period in 2021 and grew sharply from 5.05% in the first quarter.
Vietnam has 100% of new supercy will use electricity or green energies from 2025, which is part of the transport sector's action plan on green energy transition to reduce carbon and methane emissions.
The action plan, approved by Deputy Prime Minister Lê Văn Thành, also targets that from 2030, at least half of all vehicles and all new taxis will be powered by electricity or green power. By 2050, 100% of buses and taxis will use the types of energy. The action plan's overall goal is to develop a green transport system towards net zero emissions by 2050, as Vietnam committed to at the 26th UN Climate Change Conference. The objective for 2030 is to improve energy use efficiencies and boost the use of electricity and green energy. From now to 2050, the transport sector will reasonably develop means of transport and strongly convert own vehicles, transport equipment and infrastructure into electric and green energy-powered vehicles toward net zero emissions.
The value of aquatic exports in July fell below $1 billion for the first time since the beginning of this year.
The Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporters and Producers reported Vietnam was expected to fetch $970 million from aquatic exports in July, a 4% month-on-month. After recording a sharp rise of 34 to 62% in the first 5 months of this year, aquatic exports began cooling down in June with an increase of just 18%. The decline is mainly due to unfavorable weather, with early rains affecting seafood production. The supply of aquatic products from last year has also dropped. Vietnam's aquatic exports to the U.S. declined by 8% in June and 23% in July. Meanwhile, the export of seafood products to the EU still grew by 28% in July, with the value hitting nearly $818 million in the first 7 months. The association forecasts that the seafood exports in the third quarter of this year will grow slower than in the second and the first quarters, particularly export value expected to hit about $3 billion.
Two Vietnamese records has been set in the central province of Phú Yên, the largest number of dishes created from the lobster and the largest number of dishes made from tuna.
As part of the Phú Yên Culture and Tourism Week, 74 chefs attended the culinary program to process 101 tuna dishes on the spot. The event aims to honor tuna fishing of Phú Yên fishermen, encourage them to pursue the profession, and introduce the specialty dishes of the province to tourists nationwide. The organization has also granted a national record certificate to Sông Cầu Thao in Phú Yên district for the largest number of lobster dishes cooked on July 31st during the closing ceremonies of the Lobster Festival celebrated in the locality. Blessed with a long coastline, Phú Yên province has the advantage of a rich source of seafood, particularly lobster and tuna. After the COVID-19 pandemic, Phú Yên tourism industry has achieved a breakthrough. The total number of tourists to Phú Yên in the first 7 months of the year was over 900,000, an increase of 177% over the same period. The province aims to welcome about 2 million tourists, including more than 20,000 international visitors, and earns a tourism revenues of about $86 million.
The making of young rice records in Thanh works in the southernmost province of Cà Mau began nearly half of a century ago. The Thanh brand has affirmed its position in the market amid competition from new types of snacks with appealing packaging.
The smell of caramelized sugar fills in the air in the craft village. Various steps are required to make the flavorful and crunchy crackers, together with secret techniques of the people of Tân Thanh. Long-grain young rice is mixed with ginger, onions, peanuts, sugar, and coconut juice to produce crackers of different flavors. When the sugar caramelizes, the rice is added and mixed evenly. That is the most important step and has helped build the brand of Tân Thanh young rice crackers over the past 50 years. Tân Thanh young rice crackers are being famed for being crunchy, flavorful, and creamy. They are sold on e-commerce marketplaces. Each family can produce up to 50 kilograms of the snacks per day. 1 kilo sells for more than $2, helping local households earn a stable income. A young rice cracker making group of Tân Thanh women has 17 members. Many families are determined to expand production to meet market demand and keep the making of the traditional snacks alive in Cà Mau province.
That's all for the news today. Thanks for your watching BPTV News. Goodbye and see you next time.